G'day, welcome to Mark and Sam After Work. Today I want to do a quick video on this scope here. It's the MINOX 5-25 by 56 LR scope. It's one that, listen, I suppose that the quick overview there is I've sort of mentioned, I've seen a couple of the European scope manufacturers that are starting to go more down sort of the road I like scopes to be, what suit me and us and what we do, and that would be in the ELR, but the long range and extreme long range. So chasing more the reticle design important, and the internal elevation very important. The local gunsmith got them in and suggested I have a look at one, so that's what I'm up to. And so listen, it's good enough, I feel, to just to do a video on to let you know, to maybe it's a choice in your neck of the woods as well. The features that make it stand out, I suppose to him, was it had all the features on paper, and the price point was a place where he felt was going to be worthwhile. It's sort of a mid-range level and the price point would really work. It's going to be comparable or above the things that it's competing with in that price point. So what I saw in picking it up, I suppose, nice finish, as I'd expect from a European manufacturer, and the glass quality is good. I'll put some images on there. I liked it. That was really nice. The reticle design is a decent one. It's a little bit of a Christmas tree design, but it's not too in your face, and it's still, you could still just use it on minimum power. It's a first focal plane, mil by the way. You could still use it on minimum power, and it wasn't too much in your face on full power. So for a first focal plane, they've got that right. In your hand, the big turrets, big, nice, it's sort of a nice look to me, the big heavy looking turrets, nice to use, nice grip, nice positive clicks, all that sort of stuff. Good, straightforward and simple engineering, but they did that well. The power throw lever, it's got a little sort of mini throw lever on it. It's not too firm to move, feels really nice on that sort of stuff, good. And you'd say that for all the dials, they work in that fashion. Fast focus on the back here, so that's all well done. The bits that stood out to me and stood out to him, apart from the price, like I said, mid-range, and would compete with a lot of those things very well with its glass quality, but was the actual internal elevation. Now it was advertised at 28 mil. So 28 mil I think is 95 minutes of elevation, so that's decent. But it's got a little bit more than that in it actually. I simply had a look at it, and when I got it, it only had one rotation, which was only, I think it only had like 13.5 mil in it, which was, he said, I don't know what you're going to do, there's something you're going to do and it'll give you the second rotation. So I read the instructions, they didn't quite make sense to them, to be totally frank, pulled it to pieces and figured it out. And what you do is take the cap off, and then there's a little, you slide the outside of the piece underneath the turret, that's actually spins around, and there's a couple little dots. Basically, you see there's a little actuator in the inside, you've got to get it to the right position. And the instructions do show that, once you make sense of it, but get it to the right position, and then it'll actually go on where you, when you put it all back together, one rotation, there's no dots, second rotation, you feel that engage, and then there's two little dots, and second rotation, and that gives you your 28 mil of elevation. While I was doing all that, figuring that out, I put that little thing to the wrong place, that little actuator, put the turret back on, and it means it didn't go all the way down, and then I checked it, and well, that's one, that's 15 mil, two, that's 30 mil, and then we're right round to almost 3, so just under 3. So that is 33 mil of, it would get, if you set it up just right, you'd be able to get 33 mil. So that's like just over 115 minutes, 117 minutes of internal elevation. That's good. That's coming up to the benchmark, which I like to see met in top end scopes, is 120 minutes of elevation, so, or 34 mil. So at 33, hey, listen, we're right up there. So for a mid-level scope, that sort of puts it into the level of, it'd be something that I would be happy to use for most of the stuff you see. So listen, I'm not buying it, I'm not purchasing it. Because I've seen this one here, I want to see what their bigger ones in the range do. That doesn't always mean it's going to be better. We'll see when I get to have a look at one of those. But for my overview for the moment, it's just something to consider. You know, as said, price-wise is probably the feature that it stands up for. With all the rest of the quality, the price of it is very reasonable. Now, I'm not going to get into the exact price because things do change all over the world, all over our country, let alone all over the world, and how it sits in your country, in your thing, where you can buy it from, all that sort of stuff, may change that around. But from what I'm seeing, and certainly for what this gunsmith is talking about, I think it's going to suit his clients very well. And like I said, it'd be something that I would be prepared to use. But listen, that's I think listen, just worthwhile for me just to show you guys. But I suppose let us know any thoughts or comments you've got with it. But that's my quick look at the 5 to 25 by 56 long range MINOX scope. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll catch you next time.